Hello, welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meet. I'm your host Chris. As usual, now this weekend has seen D23, which is the big Disney fan expo that they do. So I thought we'd do a video having a look at all the announcements and things that we've learned from that. Don't forget, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, helps us out a great deal, helps with the video get seen by a lot more people. And if you're not already subscribed, well, smash that subscribe button. We'd absolutely love to have you as a subscriber at the channel. So yes, I thought I'd do a quick roundup of all the news that caught my interest from D23. There's the usual big Disney stuff. Frozen 3 was announced, if that's your bag. Toy Story 5 was announced, completely unnecessary in my opinion. It was a perfect trilogy. Toy Story 4 I thought was just a sort of soulless cash grab, really. It didn't do much for me at all, but now we're now getting Toy Story 5 as well. They did show us this little snippet of a live action Lilo and Stitch, what Stitch is going to look like. I love Lilo and Stitch. I've watched it all the time when my daughter was little. So yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to that one. Then James Cameron himself popped up on the stage, taking a break from filming down in New Zealand. But basically all he did was show some concept art from the next Avatar movie and release the title, which is Avatar, Fire and Ash. Now, not come as much of a surprise. I'm sure he said in an interview ages ago when the last Avatar movie came out that the next one was going to be more about sort of the fire tribe. So yeah, Fire and Ash, 19th of December next year we get that. And Avatar is one of those funny ones. I say this every time I mention it, but straight away after this news was announced, I saw a comment online of someone saying, who the hell cares, Avatar doesn't have a fan base. I mean, a ridiculous thing to say when the first two movies are two of the highest grossing films of all time, and you'd have to be some kind of idiot to bet against Avatar, Fire and Ash making a boatload of money next December. Sure, it doesn't seem to have the rabid fan base that some other properties have, but it obviously strikes a chord with the general public. So expect Avatar, Fire and Ash to be absolutely raking in the money, to say, next year. There was also a little announcement about the next Tron movie. Tron Ares, I'm going to call it. It's the Greek god of war, and looking on Google seems to be, you can either pronounce it either Ares or Ares. Sort of Tron, sort of Ares sort of sounds right to me, so I'll probably stick with that. But basically, the news was that after Daft Punk delivering a fantastic soundtrack on Tron Legacy, this time around we are getting 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack. Absolutely fantastic. I love the 9 Inch Nails. So yeah, happy to see that. And it gave us the release date, I think it's the 10th of October 2025. Slightly less good news. The sort of the storyline appears to talk about it's bringing the Tron characters into the real world. That sort of hinted at the end of Tron Legacy. That sort of strikes a chord of fear in me a bit. Usually when a series like that comes into the real world, it's because it's a cheaper way of doing it and the budget's smaller. But think of the Masters of the Universe syndrome, I'd call it. Things they used to do back in the day to save money, basically. But yeah, that's Tron Ares with 9 Inch Nails music coming next year. Then there was a few bits of Marvel news, not too much. Obviously, we had the big San Diego Comic-Con the other weekend with the big announcement of sort of Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom. But no, so what they did give us was the new trailer for Agatha All Along. I'll put a link to the trailer in the description below, as always. And yeah, it looks good. I really enjoyed WandaVision, and as a sort of follow-up to that, it's got Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza in it, two of my favourites, so can't go wrong there. And it's dropping on Disney Plus on the 18th of September. We then got the announcement that Daredevil Born Again will finally be hitting Disney Plus on the 1st of March next year. They did show some footage from that. It's not been put up online officially, but you're not stupid people. You know how to work a search engine, so it's all there. You can easily find it. And this was followed up by the announcement that Ironheart is still on schedule to appear next year with Riri Williams from Black Panther 2. If you remember, you might not remember because it was quite forgettable. I wasn't even sure that Ironheart was going to be making it to the screens at this point, but no, apparently it's still going forward and it's coming next year for those who care about such things. And we then move on to the Star Wars news. And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni came out and did a presentation on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Now, I was hoping that was just a sort of placeholder name, but no, that appears to be the name they're going with, which just sounds a bit off to me. It sounds a bit simple. It's sort of like, like it was going to be a kids' cartoon show. But no, that's what they're going with. Again, they showed some footage, which has not been released officially, but it's all there, which it's very early doors and sort of shows some rough effects. There's like an AT-AT in there. But most of the footage was sort of taken from Mandalorian episodes, stuff that obviously that we've already seen. I think I've said it before, slightly worries me with the sort of storyline that Disney have obviously decided to go with. After season 2, when Din takes his helmet off at the end, I thought that's how we would go forward. But no, sort of lackluster season 3, something had him now going back to wearing his helmet at all times. And the fact that Pedro Pascal is already filming Fantastic Four at the moment, at the same time that Mandalorian and Grogu is filming. There's rumour that he's already filmed the very sort of slight scenes where he might take his helmet off, but it would appear that he's not going to be depicting the Mandalorian in person at all. Pretty much the same as season 3. I don't think he was in it at all, and he's just doing some voiceover work, which good money if you can get it. So that's a 2026 release date, May 2026, I think it is. For the Mandalorian and Grogu, so a while to wait. Seems to be quite a long post-production process on that one. I'm not quite sure why I'm not getting it till 2026, but that is the date. And then sort of the main news was we got the trailer, the first trailer for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It seems like they finished filming it absolutely ages ago, but it's taken a while to come out. The 3rd of December this year is when it drops on Disney+. I think pretty much like with The Acolyte, it will be 3rd of December in the States in the evening, and then we here in the UK get the day after on the 4th of December, which will be my 50th birthday this year, so a nice little present for me. And apparently it's going to be 8 episodes, and I remember they originally pitched it as Goonies in Space, and from the trailer, yeah, it absolutely gives off that vibe. And in the trailer, I think we see a first sort of Star Wars suburbia. I don't think we've sort of seen that environment in any of the movies or TV shows before. And we get to see some kids going to school and sort of living a normal life in their homes, which, if you think about it, not everywhere in Star Wars is going to be like, Mos Eisley and a hive of scum and villainy. You're going to have normal people living normal lives in suburbia on a sort of normal peaceful planets. So yeah, apparently we're going to start the story there, and then sort of much like the Goonies, apparently these kids might sort of get into an adventure. They're going to find something on their planet, which then ends up taking them far and away through the galaxy. And again, they're sort of very much leading into the Goonies, because we've got space pirates as well. The robot that appears, who's got like sort of one eye, like he's got almost like an eye patch. And in this photo of some of the costumes I had at D23, you can see him, and you can see that he's got a peg leg as well. And apparently he's called SM-33, which, you think about it, is Smee, who was the pirate Captain Hook's sort of first mate in Peter Pan. And apparently Nick Frost, famously from the Cornetto trilogy, is going to be providing his voice. And then you can see the kids we've got. I think they're called Wim, Fern, KB and Neil. I think Neil is the little blue elephant guy, like Max Rebo from Jabba's Palace Band. And then at the end of the trailer, we see what appears to be Jude Law as a Jedi, who apparently is called Jod Nar. The series is coming from John Watts, who has given us the Spider-Man movies from the MCU. And I know that several of the episodes have been directed by the Daniels, who brought us Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward, to all the comments from people moaning that this is for kids. I already saw a comment online after watching the trailer. Pretty much the very first comment I come across was someone saying, "Oh, who the hell wants to see kids in Star Wars?" Well, probably other kids, and families. I was 3 years old when the first Star Wars movie came out. I grew up with them as a kid. I absolutely adored them and sort of made me into the geek I am today. So yeah, Star Wars Skeleton Crew is going to be a series mainly aimed at sort of kids and families. And as Goonies is still one of my favourite movies, it takes me back to being 10 years old every time I watch it. I am unashamedly down for it. I hope we get a feel-good family adventure series. If you want more serious Star Wars, we've got Andor Season 2 coming next year. There's something for everyone. No bait, no hate is the motto here at Geek Lunch Meat. So if you want to rush down to the comment section of this video to start slagging off kids in Star Wars, just jog on. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that took my interest at D23 this year. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Till next time, eat geek and be merry.